Welcome back to Sunrise Daily. Well, now looking at a larger picture, the security situation in the country. We've got Mr. Etok, who is the DG of Nigeria First Project. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we just had a somewhat interesting session a moment ago, and looking at watching that from a distance. What was your impression as to what kind of hope should we have in solving our problems?
I wouldn't call it an interesting session. I would call it somewhat a sad.
Okay, you say sad.
Sad, very sad.
Why?
Because in a country that is rated globally as being extremely cerebral, extremely intelligent, extremely gifted in everywhere with respect to human capacity, a country where there is no country in the world you go to without seeing Nigerians at the top of any of the industries, where the Americans will say that the Nigerian immigrants are the most educated of all the immigrants in America in the world. We're sitting down here to hear a commentary that my incompetence is better than your incompetence. And these are the people in government. I think that we Nigerians should be very ashamed of ourselves, because in the next few months we are going back to vote again for another 4 years. Who is asking questions? Who is looking at the essence of government and governance?
Ashamed of ourselves, or ashamed of the way the
authorities are handling it? Because
not the way the authorities are handling the matter?
I'll tell you something. This foundation must be very well laid. Without this foundation, we're going nowhere. I had to take time, and I can either read it or ask you to read
go ahead.
Something for me. The Federal Republic of Nigeria, the Constitution, Chapter 2, Fundamental Objectives and Directive Principles of State. It says, "It shall be the duty and responsibility of all organs of government and all authorities and persons exercising legislative, executive, or judicial powers to conform to, observe, and apply the provisions of this chapter this chapter of the Constitution." 1. The Federal Republic of Nigeria shall be a state based on the principles of democracy and social justice. 2. It is hereby accordingly declared that A. Sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority.
What's the point?
2. The security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. The security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government. I shut it down there. Question is, how many Nigerians know that a government who comes in to tell you the number of roads they have constructed, this they've done, this they've done, they don't tell you how many people they have brought out from poverty. They don't tell you how much life has been enhanced, and yet that is the primary purpose and essence of government. So as we sit down and look at security, look at what has just happened. Now, I want to put this in context. Some years back, about 4 years back, we were told that people came, carried 200 children. I will confess, I laughed, because it didn't make sense. It wasn't possible. How? Are there mosquitoes?
It doesn't make sense now.
Thank you. Until it took time to dawn on me that it actually happened. It took time. And when it happened, if the primary purpose of government was security, the government would have come in and said, never again shall one life of a Nigerian be missing. And they say, if these people could do this...
You mean then?
Then.
What about now? I thought they've said never again.
Now the more. then it should have been never again. Luckily for us...
Haven't they said never again this time?
Thank you. Luckily for us, somebody comes and says security, corruption, economy was my main objectives. And many people were very happy, even from the South. The North could have said, he is one of us. The South said, he has a program that conforms to the Constitution.